Welcome into another video in my series where we're going through and testing every single weapon inside of Modern Warfare 3 to see just how viable these weapons are for you to use inside of your Modern Warfare 3 Zombies games. This is going to include the aftermarket parts, the aftermarket conversion kits, as well as the MW2 weapons. Now today I need to give a big thank you to all of you for the weapon suggestions down in the comments. It has been an absolute joy to run through these. So if you guys are new around here and you love to see how weapons perform inside of Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, make sure you subscribe, turn on the bell notifications so you don't miss out any future uploads for myself on Modern Warfare 3 Zombies. As well, next month in June, my streams have been absent, but they'll be starting back up, and I'd love to see you guys come and hang out in streams. I play a ton of custom zombies and other zombie-related games. You'll find the link for that in the description down below. Now, in today's video, we're going through a battle rifle, which was another viewer suggestion, and my apologies for taking so long to get to this video. I definitely feel sorry about that. But today, we're going to be taking a look at the battle rifle SO14, which is one I haven't used before, and we're going to be taking that through all three tiers, taking on bounty contracts all the way through. So without further ado, let's get to the SO14 battle rifle review video today. Alright, here we are spawning in today, and welcome in. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I definitely appreciate that. Today we're going to be looking at a battle rifle from MW2 that I have not run yet, and it is the SO14, which was a viewer suggestion. So forgive me for taking so long to get to the viewer suggestion. But I'm eager to check this one out. We got an Orion camo on there and the Witchcraft blueprint for the SO14 as well. I believe that's what the blueprint's called. So when we spawn in, like we do for all of these videos in this series, is I throw on my perks and no other additions to the weapon to make it any stronger. I do mention that I run Deadshot Daiquiri in the match, so that's definitely a perk I run every single time. And I am on mouse and keyboard for those of you wondering why I'm not getting the ADS snap from Deadshot. So the first thing we do is grab ourselves a bounty contract inside of Tier 1 to start the testing on the SO14 battle rifle, and we're going to test this with white rarity, no additions to the weapon at all whatsoever. And right off the hop, I definitely have to say I should have had a different sight on this build, as I really did not like the shakiness of that sight. It was a pretty stable shot, but the sight has some visual recoil, which I really wasn't pleased about. So stick through to the video and let me know down in the comments any suggestions you have for a weapon build for the SO14. But seeing the damage I was able to do when I was able to hit the critical shots on that bounty contract in Tier 1, I could see that this definitely had some potential. So I wanted to kind of continue on testing and see what we could do. So next step is to go off and visit our Pack-a-Punch machine, melee the machine first to make sure we keep on the Orion and the Witchcraft blueprint, as I think it's a beautiful combination, and then get the SO14 to Pack 1. Go grab another bounty contract inside of Tier 1 and see what the SO14 can do inside of Tier 1 to a bounty contract being only Pack 1, white rarity, with no ammo mods. And I could already tell with this Mimic that it was definitely going to be something that is super strong. I mean, battle rifles typically will hit pretty hard as they are battle rifles. Having a fully automatic option on the SO14 was definitely something I thoroughly enjoyed. I'm not a big fan of single fire weapons myself, but you can see here it handles the Tier 1 zombies with ease. Definitely not much of an issue at all, for sure. So we went and checked our loot from our bounty contract, and we got a perk, which I already had, so I didn't need to grab that. So the next thing to do is to throw on Legendary and Napalm Burst and see if we can find ourselves another contract to do inside of Tier 1 and it be a bounty. So we got lucky. There was another bounty contract, so we went and picked that one up. And now, when weapons are super strong and in, you know, the top tier list for me, I would expect a Tier 1 bounty contract, Pack-a-Punch, Legendary with Napalm Burst to almost instant delete. And when I was able to hit that Manga with critical shots, you could see the health bar. It was almost half, just over half, with a couple critical shots damage. So very, very strong for sure, which left me excited to run into Tier 2 and grab a bounty contract and see what the SO14 could do to a bounty inside of Tier 2, only being Pack 1. We do have Legendary and we do have Napalm Burst on, but I do feel that even with Epic, with the amount of critical damage I was doing to the Mimic, the chunks that were coming off when I hit the critical shots, I feel Epic with this is definitely something that you're going to be viable to use inside of Tier 2, being only Pack 1. I don't think Blue is going to be something that's going to be viable on this to use inside of Tier 2, being only Pack 1. Now, if you're a Pack-a-Punch Tier 2, inside of Tier 2 and you had blue rarity on the SO14, I feel like at that point you'd probably be okay. We got PhD flopper out of that, which wasn't too bad. I picked that up, so hopefully we can hand that off to another player before I exfil out of my match today. So next thing to do is to go off to Pack-a-Punch 2 and pack the SO14 to level 2. Grab ourselves a bounty contract inside of tier 2, as we are now pack 2 legendary with napalm inside of tier 2. So this should be really strong, as this is about as strong a weapon as you can have inside of tier 2, being legendary with napalm and pack 2. And of course, my bounty auto completed. So I went and got the free loot, which was nothing I needed. So the next thing to do is grab another bounty contract and keep our fingers and toes crossed that this one doesn't auto complete before I get a chance to show you guys just how strong this is inside of tier 2 dealing with a bounty contract, because I was really excited to show you guys. It was definitely something that was strong, although like I said earlier in the video, I feel like my build left a lot of visual recoil on the weapon, which I really was having a problem with using the SO14 today, and that is not on the weapon being not very effective. That is on my myself doing not the best build. So we'll work together in the comments and come up with an amazing build, because clearly I don't think mine is the way to go. But we got a self out of that, and I'm always happy to pick up a self revive. The next thing to do is to throw on our PAP3 crystal, which I bring in for every single run, then tag ourselves the Wonder Fizz machine and get into tier 3 and get the rest of our perks and see what this SO14 max damage level triple pack-a-punch with legendary tool and napalm burst on it, and see what it can do inside of tier 3. And I got really lucky. If you guys know me, I get really excited when I get the chance to grab the cargo contract inside of tier 3, so I definitely took that opportunity today and grabbed the cargo contract to do that. But while we're driving the cargo contract over there, I just want to take a moment to thank all of you guys for the insane support recently. We have crossed 2,200 subscribers. We are fast approaching 2,300 subscribers. I would imagine be able to hit that by tomorrow morning when I get up, which is absolutely insane. So just thank you all so much for the support. The positive feedback on the videos has been through the roof, so thank you all very much. I really do appreciate that. I take all feedback, both positive and negative, into consideration, as it only helps me grow as a channel to provide you guys with better content. So there we go. We finished our cargo contract. I want to check out the loot we got, but again, thank you, all of you, for the support. Now it's time to go off and find ourselves a bounty contract inside of tier 3 to see just how strong this SO14 battle rifle is at max damage. And I was really hoping that we get a Mega Abomination for our bounty contract, but alas, we got ourselves a Mangler. So it was time to head off to the Mangler. But before I show you guys the Mangler bounty contract, I wanted to show you just how well the SO14 battle rifle handles tier 3 in general. So just when you have a whole bunch of zombies spawning in just all kind of directions all around you, how does the SO14 battle rifle deal with all of that? Are you able to handle the crowd control and just the constant, zombies that are coming at you in tier 3? And I thought this was a perfect opportunity to show you guys the damage that you can do with this SO14. And again, I feel like a build that was maybe maxed out for ADS and mobility might be the way to go with this, as mine was built for damage and recoil control. So I feel like maybe building it for ADS is definitely a better way to go. But you can see the carnage there. I don't really need to say much for you guys to see just how strong this weapon is inside of tier 3 at legendary triple pack with napalm burst. You can see for sure. So here's our bounty contract, the Mangler, inside of tier 3, and you can see the damage I'm able to do when I get the critical shots on the Mangler is definitely, you can see the chunks of health coming off his health bar is definitely pretty strong. I came up here again to show you guys some more crowd control with the SO14. When you've got everything coming at you in one direction, it's definitely able to hold its own quite well. I didn't have to push back too much while I was engaging all of the riffraff that was coming up. And then our Mangler showed up here, a bounty contract, and I was able to put a good stream of damage in towards him for sure. But definitely this was a weapon today. I felt that my build was causing me to struggle a little bit just with the visual recoil I was having trying to hit the critical shots. I definitely feel like the Jack glassless optic would have been a better way to go, but let me know down in the comments what you guys think. It definitely does the damage for sure. Like, this is definitely a strong weapon for you guys to use inside of tier 3. With my build, I did not enjoy the mobility, the movement, or the ADS time, but again, that is my build. So let's head off and see our good friend George, the Guardian of the Arches. And I wanted to try this pathway today and see what's up with George and how he's doing. But you can see, like, just how strong this is against the Mega Abomination instead of tier 3. Like, I was doing massive damage to George. He really didn't have much chance, which is awesome to see. What do we got left on George? I think he's about 2/3 of the way done his health. Brought him back here to charge me. He turned around. George is being stubborn today. Come here, George. So we finished off George right there. You can see the damage with the SOE Subverter. or sorry, the SO Subverter, the SO14. Oh my goodness, why did I call it the SOE Subverter? Anyway, it was time to grab another bounty contract because, like I said, I just wasn't sure with the sight I was using, with the visual recoil I was getting. I just didn't feel like I was showing you guys consistent damage on a bounty contract for you guys to get a really good feel for how the SO14 battle rifle performs inside of tier 3. So we got a Mimic, and I tell you, this did not go any worse. Let me know if you've ever had this happen to you. I couldn't believe it. The Mimic one-dapped me from the top of the ladder. I know I didn't have plates on, but oh my goodness. It was time to move. This Mimic had it out for me. I swear, this Mimic had it out for me. You can see the damage we're dishing out to the crowd, trying to take on the Mimic. I got up here. It was just like the most insane run. Look at how many dogs were after me. The Mimic, again, one-bursted me with his electrical attack. This Mimic was driving me up the wall and pushing me all around tier 3. I'd had it. That's it. It was time to call in the Jug Suit and deal with this Mimic once and for all. I wasn't going to take any more downs from this Mimic. I tell you, holy smokes. I couldn't believe that one on the ladder, to be honest. That one really bothered me. I don't know how I managed to pick up my Jug Suit at the same time as the Mimic grabbed me and threw me. I honestly am not sure how that happened. You can see my bounty contract fired another electrical attack at me and literally took a ton of damage off me, even though I was using my Jug Suit at the time. This Mimic was definitely overpowered today. I don't know what was going on with that Mimic, but he had it out for me for sure. Definitely did not want me to complete that bounty contract at all. So we cleared out all the riffraff using the last of the Jug Suit there. Got myself a self-revive and an epic tool from that Mimic, which wasn't too bad. And then before I headed out, I wanted to make sure we go and replace the Jug Suit that I used. So it was off to the buy station in tier 3, purchased a Jug Suit, and then it was time to find our way out of the match to see if one of the players at this exfil was going to be sticking around so that I could drop off a schematic to them. And I tell you, boy, timing is immaculate. He picked that up, and I went to jump on the plane to join him, and it took off. So good timing. Player got a schematic. That was awesome to do. I definitely love helping out other players, so that was awesome. That helicopter missed, so it was time to call in my own helicopter, get on the plane, and get out of dodge, push my containment level on my main character, Scorch, to almost 500, which is awesome. Let me know down below your character's max containment level, which one it is. And as always, at the end of the video, here's the weapon build I was really struggling with the visual recoil. So let me down in the comments if you guys have any changes that you'd like to do to the weapon that could definitely help with the ADS and some of the visual recoil I was dealing with in today's run. As always, thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.